When I was a kid, everyone in my town talked about Tall Betsy. They said she came out only on Halloween, a tall, pale woman dressed in black, with eyes that glowed red in the dark. Parents used her name to scare kids home before midnight. I never believed it until last year. Me and my two friends, Jason and Emily, thought it'd be funny to find her. We were 17, too old for trick-or-treating, too dumb to be afraid. There was an abandoned house near the old cemetery, the place where people said Tall Betsy once lived. We brought flashlights, snacks, and way too much confidence. When we reached the house, the wind was still, the moon half hidden behind clouds. The door creaked open on its own, like it had been waiting. Inside smelled of dust, mold, and something else, like iron. We laughed nervously, calling out, "Hey, Betsy, come get us." No answer, just silence. Then, from upstairs, footsteps. Slow, heavy. Thump, thump. Jason whispered, "It's just the wind." But the footsteps came closer, down the stairs. We pointed our flashlights toward the sound. That's when we saw her. She was taller than any person I've ever seen, almost touching the ceiling, wearing a long black dress that dragged across the floor. Her face was pale and stretched, lips thin, eyes glowing faint red. None of us moved. She raised one long finger and pointed at us. Then she spoke, her voice like air escaping a tomb. "Too late to go home." We ran. Out the door, through the yard, screaming until we reached the road. When we looked back, she was standing at the gate, still watching. That night, I couldn't sleep. At midnight, I woke up with something tight around my wrist. A black ribbon tied perfectly, like someone placed it there while I slept. I tried to pull it off. It wouldn't move. The next day, Jason called me. He had one too. By nightfall, Emily did as well. The ribbons disappeared the next morning, but so did our memories of what happened after we ran. All I remember now is her voice echoing in my head, soft, calm, and close. If you stay out past midnight, you'll always find me.
It was Halloween night when my family decided to visit Tennessee. My dad wanted to stay in a small rental near the old Bell Witch Cave. He thought it would be fun and spooky. I didn't. The place was old, wooden floors, broken porch, and wind that howled through the cracks. Inside, the air felt heavy, like the house itself was holding its breath. That night, after dinner, I sat by the window scrolling my phone. The Wi-Fi kept cutting out. Then I heard it 3 knocks on the wall, slow, even knock, knock, knock. "Dad?" I called out, no answer. The clock read 12:03 a.m. That's when I remembered the legend. The Bell Witch was known for knocking 3 times before she spoke. I tried to ignore it, telling myself it was just the wind. But then, a woman's voice whispered right behind me. "You shouldn't have come here." I turned. No one. Just the dark hallway and my reflection in the window, except there was another face beside mine. Pale, smiling. I screamed and my parents ran in. They saw nothing. Dad laughed it off, said I'd been watching too many ghost videos. But Mom looked pale. She said she felt someone breathe on her neck. We tried to sleep, but the noises got worse. Footsteps upstairs, though we had no second floor. Cabinets slamming. A voice calling my name, Anna, soft, drawn out, almost kind. At one point, my door opened by itself. A small note slid across the floor. It said, "The witch remembers you." My heart nearly stopped. I showed my parents, but the note was blank in their hands. Only I could see the words. The next morning, I begged them to leave. We packed quickly, but before getting into the car, I looked back at the house. In the upstairs window, the one that shouldn't even exist, a woman stood watching us. Black dress, hollow eyes. She lifted her hand and held up 3 fingers. Knock, knock, knock. The sound echoed through the hills as we drove away. And that night in our new hotel room, I found the note again on my pillow. Same handwriting, same words. The witch remembers you. It was Halloween night, and I was babysitting for the Millers, a quiet house on the edge of town. Their baby was asleep upstairs, soft music playing on the monitor. Outside, rain tapped against the windows, and trick-or-treaters had already gone home. By 10 p.m., the streets were empty. I was about to lock up when I heard knocking at the front door. At first, I ignored it. Maybe just kids playing a late prank, but then came a voice. High-pitched, polite. "Ma'am." "May we come in?" I frowned. Through the glass, I saw 2 children standing in the rain. A boy and a girl, maybe 10 years old, both wearing hooded coats. "Trick-or-treat's over, guys," I said, half laughing. They didn't move. The girl said softly, "Please, our parents aren't home. We need to call them." Something about her voice made my skin crawl, flat, emotionless. I hesitated, then looked closer. The porch light flickered, and I finally saw their faces. Their eyes were completely black, no white, no pupils. Just endless darkness staring back at me. I stepped back, my heart pounding. "Go home," I shouted. The boy tilted his head. "Please let us in," he whispered. "We can't come in unless you invite us." I slammed the door shut and locked it. They didn't knock again. They just stood there, motionless. When I checked the baby monitor, I nearly dropped it. In the granny screen, I saw 2 figures standing in the baby's room. The same children. I ran upstairs, but the room was empty. The window was open, the curtains swaying in the cold air. I called the Millers, shaking. They came home early, checked everything. No one was there. But when I looked outside before leaving, there were 2 wet footprints on the porch. Facing the door that night, I couldn't sleep. At exactly 3 a.m., my phone buzzed. An unknown number. The message said, "Thank you for letting us in." And when I looked in the mirror above my bed, my reflection's eyes were turning black.